Hey guys, we are vastly in need of leadership right now. So I'm going to wait for a couple people to come in. Make sure that you say hello when you come in and tell me where you're from. I always come back and look at the comments afterwards, and I'll respond to you there as well. But I want to talk about what's going on in our world right now. And it's no surprise, and it's no news to you, obviously, that there's a lot of mayhem and there's a lot of chaos. As this mayhem and chaos rages across the globe regarding the coronavirus, very few, if any, are giving you practical tools and tips to address this for yourself, to encourage you to think for yourself. And that's what I'm here to do. Hey, David, thanks for jumping in here, buddy. That's what I want to give you here today. And I'm going to move as quickly as I can because I know you're busy and I know you have a lot to do. Hey, Matt, thanks for bouncing in here, buddy. I appreciate it. Let me remind you of some things that I've told you about before, but you need to hear them again. Repetition is the second law of learning and transformation. And I'm going to remind you about it over and over and over and over and over again until it hopefully sinks in. Number one, as far as I can tell, based on the research I've done, there's been about 6,500 deaths from corona so far. Now, that's significant, and I'm not ever going to minimize that. And I'm not saying it's not real, we shouldn't pay attention. It is real, we should pay attention. But let's just put this in perspective. There were 640,000 deaths from influenza last year, which is the regular flu. Okay? So by comparison, it doesn't even scratch the surface. I'm not minimizing the fact that some people have been hit by this thing. And yet, what I want you to do is keep it in perspective. I have a good friend who is a Harvard MD. He went through Harvard Med School on a full scholarship, and he and I are in contact ongoing during this thing. And he's saying, look, it is something we should pay attention to, and it's nothing even close to being a pandemic, and people need to settle down. And he said to me, straight up, quote, stress and fear are going to cause more illness and potentially death than corona ever will. It's a fact that stress and fear suppress the immune system. Now, I sent out a video in the feed here yesterday, and hopefully you watch it. If you didn't, the good news is you can scroll back and find it, but from an MIT immunologist who is saying straight up what we've been talking about here in our community, you and me. Hey, Mina, thanks for being here. Amanda, thanks for jumping in. Is that we should be talking not about avoiding corona. We should be talking about boosting the immune system. Because I've shared with you, I used to be on the road over 250 days a year. I was on an airplane 8 times a week on average. And people were coughing and hacking and sneezing all around me every single week, and I never got sick. And it's not because I'm Superman, I'm not, but I do have superhuman potential, and so do you. The prefix super means to rise above, to be more than human. And to become more than human, you have to start thinking more than human. You have to stop thinking like a human and think more than human. But that's a whole nother topic as well. Here's the thing. 640,000 deaths from influenza. We didn't shut down one business last year. Not one. There's more. The average age of the people who have died in China, in Italy, and in the U.S. now, the average age is 81 years of age. Now, I'm not going to minimize that because, I've got a mom who's 82, and so that's important, and it's sad. And yet the fact is that people who are dying are people who already have a compromised immune system. So my guess is you're probably not 81. So get over your fear, okay? And if you are 81, that's still not your death warrant, because I'm going to talk to you about how to boost your immune system here in just a moment. I'm going to give you some real practical tips and tools. Right now, let's build some perspective. Is this making sense to you? Is this valuable? If it is, give me some feedback, okay? I have a lot of people saying hello. Give me some feedback. Give me something, all right, to make me know that I'm talking to my right audience here. Now, let me give you some more stats just to keep perspective. More people die of auto accidents every single year than have even come close to dying from corona. 1 out of 77 people die, 1 out of 77 every single year of auto accident. Hey, John, good to see you again, man. Thanks for getting in here. 1 out of 77. That's pretty sad odds. Why are we not locking down cars? And of course, I'm being a little sarcastic here, but let me give you some more. Heart disease. 1 out of 6 people die from heart disease every single year. Yeah, Denise, I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. And give you some specifics here. 1 out of 6 people die from heart disease every single year. Why are we not banning junk food and fatty foods? Okay, 1 out of 7 people die every single year from cancer. Why are we not banning cigarettes and other things that cause cancer? You have a greater probability of dying from an auto accident, cancer, or heart disease than you do from corona. Again, I'm not saying not to pay attention. What I'm saying is to settle down. Think for yourself. Are you with me? Sosie's with me. Right? John's with me. They get it. I hope you get this as well. Now, here's the big one that blew my mind, and maybe it'll blow your mind as well when I was doing research last night. Do you remember anything about the swine flu? Okay? You probably don't. And I didn't really either, but do a little research for yourself. The swine flu was just not that long ago. Alcohol, you're right. The swine flu got 60 million people contracted the swine flu. Thanks, David. 60 million people contracted the swine flu in the U.S. alone in 2009, just 10 years ago. And the media didn't blow it up, and they didn't sensationalize it, and neither did the population. What the heck is going on? Now, I'm not going to go political. You can draw your own conclusions. But not only did 60 million people, and not one business shut down, in 2009, just 10 years ago, contract the swine flu, which is highly dangerous, 300,000 people were hospitalized. In 2009, how many businesses closed down? 0. 0. How hard was it to find toilet paper? You can find it. You know, Bersabeh and I still haven't found toilet paper. You know, and we're not being reactive. And I'm sure you understand, those of us who have a head on our shoulders and are thinking clearly are being forced into reactivity by the masses who are in hysteria. And so we've been in the store, you know, Bersabeh, come in here and say hello. We've been in the store, you know, 3 or 4 times looking for toilet paper, and it's gone. It's gone. I went on Amazon. It's out of stock. I mean, it's crazy how this thing is taken off. And so, oh, look who just showed up. My beautiful, lovely wife. You know, Bersabeh, say hi. What do you have to say to our friends on Facebook?
Be kind to each other. Take what you need.
Take what you need and nothing more. Be kind to yourself. Take what you need and nothing more. Well stated. Bersabeh and I will be shooting a video tomorrow together, so you know, check that out. But I wanted her to pop in here and say hello because she makes the video look better. Hello, beautiful, Denise said. So, see, she did. Denise just proved my point.
Thank you.
Beautiful inside and out. What a lucky guy, blessed man I am. 60 million people in 2009, 300,000 were hospitalized. Not one business shut down. The media did not run rampant with it. What the heck is going on? Now, that's perspective. Now, let me give you 10 quick tips. Actually, 9. And I wrote them down on my desktop here so I remember to cover them. 9 quick tips. Take some notes, please, that you can utilize in these turbulent times. Number 1, calm your mind. Breathe. Center yourself. Keep perspective. You know, as difficult as this might be, as I said to you, my Harvard MD friend and anyone in the medical profession who's being honest will tell you stress and fear. Hey, Sandy, Sandy just watched me over on Instagram do a live as well. Stress and fear suppress the immune system. And what we need to be talking about is how to boost the immune system. And that's what we're getting into right now. Because as I shared with you earlier, when I was on an airplane over 250 days a year, I never got sick because my immune system was strong. When your immune system is hardy and solid and strong, you know, viruses can't get in. They bounce off of you like Teflon. Calm your mind. Breathe. Keep perspective. You know, do whatever you need to get in that place that you know that there's a bigger power working through you than anything that ever can come at you. And I'm not saying it's easy. You know, it's easy to get sucked in. You know, Bersabeh will tell you, and I'll tell you too, you know, if we continually plug into all the mayhem and the craziness, it's easy to get pulled down the drain. You just can't do that. Discipline now is more important than ever. Number 2, do things that bring joy in chaotic times. Whatever brings joy for you, you know, laugh, connect with loved ones. You know, I know everyone's saying, you know, antisocial, I don't know what they're calling it, desocialize or hashtag stay home, you know, and I'm not going to say that, you know, some of you are going to be forced to do that, if not already, but the bottom line is that we need love and connection and companionship now more than ever. We need people who are growth-minded instead of fear-minded. I hope that makes sense to you. Do things that bring joy. You know, watch comedy movies. Turn off the prison documentaries. Seriously? I mean, you know, I've been to prison, and I don't want to watch prison documentaries. I don't want to watch documentaries about how the government is screwing us over. I don't want to watch, you know, slasher movies. And Bersabeh and I refuse. You know, if we watch a movie and we pick one and we think it's going to be good, and within the first, you know, 15 minutes or so, you can tell, and people are getting shot and all kinds of blood is, no, turn it off. Turn it off. That's not going to help you right now. It's only going to hurt you. So, you know, stop. I don't care how attractive it may seem. It's not going to empower you. Watch comedy, something that'll make you laugh. You know, I watched, I'll tell you a little secret, you know, I would have never done this until I was with Bersabeh, but I watched Frozen 2 last night. Because she wanted to watch it and she likes that stuff. But I like it just because I'm with her. And it makes... Oh, here... Here, and wait. Is there anybody in this room who has a whole collection of animated movies? Raise your hand. So, anyway... watch something that makes you laugh. Watch something that lifts your spirit. Watch something that is inspiring. Stay plugged into my videos and others as well who inspire you and aren't telling you, because some of the people in this industry, you know, some of the people in this space, leadership and performance, I see what they're sending out and they're going, stay home, you know, stay away from people and just read books. And there's some wisdom to some of that. But the bottom line is that we need each other, and we can't buy into the mayhem, because then we become it. I hope that makes sense to you. Listen to music that moves your spirit. Listen to music that moves your spirit and lifts your soul higher, maybe even makes you dance in your own living room. We've got to be doing those things and doing the work that keep us up and keep us in a higher space. Does that make sense to you? This is the time where you get to really see what you're committed to, because you don't really know what you stand for until you're forced to take a stand. Let me keep moving. Number 4, read great books. Things that inspire you and bring mental toughness, emotional strength, because God knows we need that right now. Mental toughness, emotional strength. Even when you teach these things, it's easy to get sucked in, and you've got to fight the good fight. Do the inner work right now. Now, I understand it's easy to get sucked into, oh, what's the use? I'm going to just binge on Netflix. Thank you. I got 3 hearts on that one, 4, which I really appreciate. I hit a chord for someone. Someone needed to hear that. Stay away from monitoring the stock market, says Kevin. I totally agree. You know, the stock market is psychological. It's just an idea. It goes up and down with the psychology of the populace. It'll come back. It's going to come back. It always does. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Quit following it. Quit following the news. You know that Corona is out there. About it to know it exists. One time, right? And so read great books. There's a really good book by this guy named Jamesarthurray called The Business of Redemption that I've heard is pretty good. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. You might consider picking that up, and there's a shameless plug. But nonetheless, I believe I wrote that book in inspiration. I wrote that book in pure love. I wrote that book from my heart because I knew that the message is timely, and it's never been more timely than right now. Because we all need redemption. We need to take our power back. We need to take our businesses back. We need to take our own thought processes back. We need to take our spirit back. We need to remember who we are. So read great books that inspire you. Take up a hobby. If you have extra time, some of us do because our businesses are shutting down. Go figure. Didn't shut down with swine flu, did they? But nonetheless, if you have some extra time, use it to your advantage. Don't binge on Netflix. Pick up a new hobby or study something new that you've wanted to do for a long time that's going to feed your spirit and make you a better human being. Number 6, practice meditation, visualization, mindfulness. Bersabeh and I do this daily. We visualize, we contemplate, we talk, we take a few moments just to center, because if you do that, it affects everything else in your life. And God knows, there's so much research on meditation I don't have time to get into here today. Just do it, because there's research from Harvard that proves it's going to benefit ways, not only to center yourself, but to live longer. Number 6. Daily. Again, lots of research from Emory University and elsewhere that exercising daily create neurotransmitters. They create endorphins. They make you more creative. It makes you more inspired. There's this whole neural cocktail that floods your mind and brain when you exercise. Now's not. When I went through the tsunami in 2009, life hit me hard. The last thing I felt like doing was getting up and working out. I forced myself to do it, and I felt better as a result. Number 8, big one here, guys, and I'm going to talk maybe more about this tomorrow or the next day, but eat more greens and fruits. Eat more grains and fruits than you do meat. Oh, and by the way, if you're not reading Triple Espresso in my feed every single day, read Triple Espresso. It costs you nothing but a few moments of your time. I'm designed every single morning at daybreak. I get up at 4 a.m. and post just for you to keep you inspired. If you're not on my email list at jamesarthurray.com, messages every single day. A different message, not the same one that's in social media. I'm writing different ones every single day and videos every single day to my online database community to keep you plugged in, because I want to be a beacon of hope, a harbor of hope in a time where some people believe it's hopeless. So go to jamesarthurray.com and get on the email list. That's one way to feed your spirit. Read Triple Espresso. I'm doing all this for free for you, and I hope it's serving you, as well as we're amping up these videos on a regular basis. Bersabeh and I will do another one tomorrow. But back to what you're researching, the blue zone, which are the places on the planet where people live to be 100 years of age or more, prove that people who live to be 100 or more eat more fruits and vegetables than they do meat. Now, I'm not here to tell you not to eat meat. That's your choice. But what I am here to tell you is that you need to eat greens. You need to eat greens. Did I say you need to eat greens, fruits and vegetables? Why? Because they're alkaline. Okay? Now, here's a fact. Write this down. Thank you, Amanda. Write this down. Viruses cannot survive in an alkaline environment. And neither can cancer, by the way. My mom had stage 4 cancer. It metastasized to her lungs and liver, which is a death warrant. If you know anything about cancer, particularly when it gets into your lungs and liver, your liver primarily, and she's in total remission now. I put her on a 100% vegetarian diet, and it's all gone. And she's 82. It's all gone, completely gone, not a trace of it left. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. But more importantly for us right now, as important, is viruses cannot survive in an alkaline environment. So you need more fruits and vegetables. You know, if you're following my stories, I posted a picture of a bottle of chlorophyll yesterday. Maybe it was this morning. Maybe it's still up. I don't know. Chlorophyll is the lifeblood of plants. You take a few drops of that and put it in your water, and it immediately makes it alkaline. An alkaline system is powerful. Most of our diets are highly acidic. Our environments are highly acidic. Right now, our environment is highly bombarded with all this stress and fear and stress and fear and stress and terror. Right? And that creates acid in the body. High doses of meat create acid in the body. You know, junk food creates acid in the body. And when the body is acidic, it gets sick. And the cells are not healthy. And your immune system then is depressed. The reason that people who are 81 years of age average are dying from corona is because their immune system is already suppressed. If you have a healthy immune system, you're going to be golden. And the way to do that is to think right, it's to feel right, it's to act right, it's to eat right. If you've done the inner work up to this point, then you're doing pretty well right now. You're sailing through this. If you haven't done the inner work, then this is your wake up now call. To start putting your focus on what's important. Your money can't save you now. Right? Your marketing, your sales can't save you now. None of those things matter. It's in times of crisis where we get to come back to the heart and realize what's truly important. You should create an online congress, people around the world, as an option for people that want more of you and are willing to pay. That just scrolled up, so I don't know who said that, but if you got some ideas and you know how to make that happen, we're wide open. jamesarthurray.com. You know, go to the contact us page and send some ideas, and maybe we'll partner. Because I'm all about, you know, here's my mission and purpose in life: to minimize pain and suffering, and to maximize happiness and fulfillment. That's why I'm here. And I hope that these things are helping you in this time of challenge. The ninth thing I want to give you after alkalining your body, and meditation alkalines your body too, by the way. Laughter alkalines your body. Love alkalines your body. Number 9, get plenty of vitamins. Let me give you 3. Vitamin A is imperative to have a healthy immune system. Now, if you already have Yeah, send an email, Andrea, and maybe my team will get us hooked up. We'll talk. But the cell, if a cell has kind of a sheath around it, and I'm not a doctor, I'm quoting a doctor from MIT here, and I posted his video in this feed yesterday. If you haven't watched it, go back and find it and watch it. It's important that you watch it. But when a cell is healthy, it has a sheath around it, and vitamin A helps build that sheath, or let's call it a shield. Now, if you were to be exposed to the coronavirus and it comes towards a cell and it's got a healthy sheath around it, it's a healthy cell, it'll bounce right off like Teflon. What happens is when your immune system is suppressed, then it gets into the cell and that's where you get sick. Well, vitamin A boosts the immune system. And so you need vitamin A to have a healthy immune system, along with alkaline foods. And then if you have a suppressed immune system, one of the things which fights viruses, if it's contracted, is vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is vitally important. You need to take this every single day. In my opinion, I'm not a doctor, this is my experience. But, as I've told you, I'm not contracting the illnesses on airplanes where people are coughing and sneezing on me because I've been able to keep my immune system strong and up. Black seed oil is good too, Denise. It really tastes like crap, but what the heck, right? But nonetheless, vitamin D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin, as is A, as is K. And so if you're going to, I haven't mentioned K yet, but D3 and K fight viruses. In fact, there's a lot of amazing research out there on vitamin D3 in high doses has been shown to reverse cancer. Now, you're not going to ever hear about that from the AMA because if you can't prescribe it and tax it and make money off of it, they don't want to know about it. And sorry to burst your bubble if you don't think that's true, but nonetheless, I take vitamin D3 probably at least 5 times a day. And here's the important thing, and so does Bersabeh. And one of the important things about fat-soluble vitamins, which A, D, and K are, water-soluble vitamins, you have to take them all day long, like vitamin C. If you take vitamin C, it's water-soluble, so unfortunately, you can only digest about 250 grams every couple of hours. So to really do it right, you have to take it all day long because you urinate it out. It just goes. It's water soluble and it goes through your body. So unfortunately, you go to the store and you look for vitamin C and they have 500 milligrams and 1,000 milligrams. Well, anything over 250 milligrams, you're just flushing down the toilet because your body cannot absorb that. So get about 250 milligrams of vitamin C and take it frequently at frequent times throughout the day. But back to A, D, and K is that you need to take them with fats. Any fat-soluble vitamin is going to be better absorbed when it's taken with fat. So what Bersabeh and I do is we have a whole morning routine and rituals where we connect in the morning and we talk about things before we start our day, and we have our morning coffee. We drink our espresso, and we put coconut oil, a tablespoon of coconut oil in, which is great for your brain, great for your body, your heart, your joints, and your hair, your nails, and it tastes good too. And we take our vitamin A, D, and K in the morning with that because coconut oil is fat. If you don't take fat-soluble vitamins with fats, they're not going to absorb as well. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Look, I told you I wasn't going to be here long, and I've been here a lot longer, but I really, really pray. And Bear and I pray and focus and discuss every single day that we want to be there for you. And we're working diligently to be as loving and supportive as we can during a turbulent time in the world. And that's why we've ramped up our lives. We've ramped up our videos. I've ramped up my emails. I used to send an email twice a week to the database. Now we're sending it every single day. So if you're not in our email database and you want to get inspired every day, please just go to jamesarthurray.com and get on there. And, you know, the Triple Espresso, many of you read that. Please share it. We have a responsibility as leaders in this world to do everything we can to spread the message of hope and prosperity and opportunity in a world where there's so many who are spreading the message of hopelessness. And so one of the great ways you can do that is not only to post your own things that get people focused, but you can share mine and as well. And that's why we've ramped this up. So, you know, please share. And Anand, hey buddy, good to see you, my friend. And Anand shares our Triple Espresso a lot. Thank you. That I really appreciate that. He's inspiring his brothers and sisters in India over there. And so please just hit the share button and do whatever you can. Come up with your own things. But tune in. Stay tuned in. Stay locked in. And we're going to get through this together. Hold on to hope. Keep the faith. There have been a lot of long winters in the world, but there's never been 2 winters in a row. And winter is always followed by spring. That's just a law in this universe. It's been a privilege to have you here. Thank you so much. I know it's gone long, and I know you have a lot to do. Lots of love to you, and I'll talk with you really, really soon. Stay focused. Keep it in perspective. God bless.